class, I am Sir Rex Nolasco, your student teacher for today's discussion. I am for your participating in my class and give respect to each other. If you have any question or concern, kindly raise your hand. Welcome, 10 Platinum. I am for our doing good. So our topic for today is all about audio recording, podcasting, and teaching and learning. Class, I want to share with you an information that will inspire or motivate you about teaching benefit of podcast. So class, let's proceed.
Today I'm going to quickly talk about why you might want to use podcasting in education. Education, universities, schools, colleges, they've often used podcasting in the past, and I've seen some really good examples of its use. And there's a few reasons for this, there's quite a few benefits. The first of which is the flexibility it offers. So if you offer podcasts which include material for your classes, your teaching, then students can access this any place, anytime. It's that truly flexible online learning that students can take part in. They can consume your material when they're on the bus, when they're walking down the street, when they're just waiting in a waiting room for the dentist or whatever. So it's that flexibility is the first big benefit of podcasting in education. The other benefit is that you can really, there's a lot of reusability for your material. So say you recorded an introduction to a lecture or an introduction to a class and used it to prepare your students for that class or that lecture one week. Well, that material is always going to be there. They can always go back to that. They can't go back and resit the class, but they can always go back and have a look at that material again in future. So when they're studying for their exams, then that material is there just waiting for them, just waiting to help them out. Other benefits can include stuff like podcasts are really good for people who have certain impairments. So people who have learning impairments such as dyslexia, they really benefit from having material in a different medium. So talking to them, using that material, delivering that material in an audio format can be really beneficial to people with those type of impairments. And similar for people with visual impairments, of course, they might not be able to read very easily. So an audio version of your written material can be really beneficial for that. So there's just a few benefits for using podcasts in education. There's a few more, quite a few more around, and loads of good examples of how they're used in education. And you can find them on my site, thepodcasthost.com. Just pop on over using the link at the bottom of this video. If you have any more other questions about using podcasts in education, don't hesitate to drop me a line on that website. But I hope that helped you out with a few quick tips just now. So thanks for watching, and good luck with your podcasting.
Okay class, here is the learning objective for today's lesson. Number 1, introduce audio recording, podcasting for teaching and learning. And number 2, identify the materials in audio recording, podcasting for teaching and learning. And number 3, demonstrate the 6 types of audio recording, podcasting for teaching and learning. And last, value the importance of audio recording, podcasting for teaching and learning. So class, you may easily record your current lecture by using podcast. Those invaluable learning tools are now easily accessible to students. Students may use podcasts to help study to get ready for incoming exams. This audio is suitable for anyone who had difficulty understanding a subject in class. This may study the subject in their own pace and there as long they need. Class, can you identify those materials and elaborate on how they fit into podcast? Anyone? Okay, class, very good. Those materials are most used in the podcasting. So class, headphone for podcaster, especially to those who conduct remote interviews. Headphones are needed. You can hear how the audio you're recording will sounds in real time by using headphones. While you are recording, allowing to make sure necessary adjustment for the best possible recording. And next, microphone. So class, your voice will be more audible and easy to comprehend for those who are listening to you. A good microphone will also aid your lowering background noise, allowing your listener to complete on what you have to say. Second, a good microphone will make easier for you to record your podcast. The last one class is laptop. Compared to the desktop computers, laptops are far more portable, making it a simpler record audio while on the road. Additionally, unlike the most desktop computers, laptops have built-in microphones that can be used to record podcasts. So class, how podcasts might an effective method for teaching foreign language? Advantage by using podcasts as a learning tool is a capacity for non-native English speakers to enhance their language skills, or hearing new words spoken allow the learners or students how to pronounce them correctly and comprehend their text if they can follow along the scripts. So class, I will give you another example of benefit of podcast in education. So podcast can give teachers and professors the ability to share and lecture with students seamlessly and make them available 24/7. So podcast can easily use in education institution to impart education in a new interactive way to improve the teaching learning methods. Different types of podcasts. Later class, I illustrate or demonstrate the different types of podcasts that can aid instructions. So number one is non-fiction. This podcast use from portion from interview or retell other people true story, also adding their own editorial commentary to the story at hand, despite the fact that this kind of writer based on reality or true story. Authors are free to use their imagination to add to the plot. This keeps listeners interested and advance the plot. The overall aim the literary work based on the reality. But some small elements may be changed to better fit readers or author's writing style. But this result is more potent literary. And next, fiction. So class, fiction podcasts are a type of audio drama that engage the listener in the true story by applying a screenplay, a cast of voice actors, and sound effects. And next, co-hosted on conversational podcast style. Another popular podcast format in this one is it comprises two people who typically get along having simple talk. However, unlike interview podcast style, these are also the hosts. So class, another type of podcast is interview. Interview a podcast show a built-in casual interview style as known as interview podcasting. Those podcasts are frequently featured candid discussion of celebrity, life, art, and other pertinent subjects. Interview a focus podcast and often invite special guests. Each episode to join a reliable host or host from protracted discussions. Another is repurpose content. So class, repurpose content is a one episode of their podcast into several interesting podcasting by reposting in your social media, blogs, or videos. Ultimately, it will you save time and help you to achieve your aim to continuously. So, giving your audience is interesting stuff. And last class is hybrid. A hybrid podcast typically has fixed presenter, but frequently include the additional guest, host, or speaker who contribute to the broadcast. A panel who discuss, interview, or input the another source or frequently follows the hosting opening remarks or monologue. So class, that are the 6 types of podcasting. Do you have any question, class? Okay. So let's get started. So class, right now, I'm going to demonstrate the 6 types of podcasting. So let's proceed.
The man that you are looking at right now has a very interesting history. His age at death was 256. When he died, he was 7 feet tall. He had accomplished 14 marriage, and by the son, estimated had many 180 children. Time magazine wrote an article on him May 15, 1933. They acknowledged the validity of his longevity. In this article, they asked, what the secret of his long life. That he said was all about heart. To keep quiet heart, the bottom line is the brain harmony is a trigger of longevity. One day I came home. When I came home, no one was there. My brothers and sister had left and they would like to come home tomorrow. So I decided to sleep on the first floor of our house. But before I rested, I felt something I really didn't when I entered the house, but I did not pay attention. After a while, I heard someone laughing on the second floor. Someone's running. I heard loud bangs, but I did not pay attention. After a while, I stopped when I saw foot standing on the stairs. The speed of my chest pounding me nervous.
What is your biggest failure? I have faced many hardships in my career, and I personally feel that failures essentially to change your personality. So, what have you learned from those situations? What I learned from my work environment was to be disciplined and hardworking. I was to be responsible of interacting with big clients and understanding the requirements for being fresher. I did not pay attention to the details of the project. Instead, I focused on my ethics and discipline. My poor listening skills leave me loss of the most significant project of the organization. This project made me realize that along with specific essential involves you need to be keep your focus on attention, on listening and communicating effectively. I believe that conversations matters because if we cannot talk about it, we cannot solve it. I really believe that, like when I think about the existing problems that we face, if it individually, culturally, socially, politically, and economically, the solution to those problems begin of the end conversation. If we cannot talk about it, we cannot solve it. Where are the situation right now where to those has become a degradation of the solution. Thus, lie a conversation is not the whole thing, but we cannot have a conversation about these important subjects. We're in a position to rectify the problems that we face. If you think about young people in high school, maybe in college, if they want to be trying to do something big this world, they want to be really one big positive impact, what advice would you give then about their career, maybe a life try to be useful in general? You do things that are useful to your fellow human being, to the world. It's very hard to be useful. You know, you are contributing more than you consume. To be have a positive net contributing to society. I think that's the thing that you aim for you to know to be trying to be sort of leader for the sake of being leader. Or however, the people you want to be leaders are the other people who don't want to be leaders. If you live the useful life, that's a good life. As a life worth having lived. Enable to people to be self-dependent. It also teaches people to need to for a suitable, secure community. As a result, people join trying to be helpless, unfortunate on solving community strife. Most pressing issues, the importance of education is the forefront when it comes to social issues. For me, education provides sustainability in life, and it's something that no one can ever take away from you. By well-being educated and holding a college degree, if you are increase your chances to be better career opportunity. For me, for me, short description for myself or for my opinion. Education gives us the ability to change our life by opening successful pathways. That are the 6 types of podcasting. Class, do you have any question? Okay. Therefore, class, I will call someone to provide summary of the lesson for today's discussion. Okay, very good. You can cherry pick up educational podcasts related to your field to play. Then in class to supplement your lectures. For example, class, if you're teaching a historical course, you can find podcasts about specifically historical events. This can help leaving your lectures and giving the student diverse and perspective materials. Class, I would like to thank you for all for being active in my class and thank you for all cooperation. Have a blessed Tuesday to each and everyone and keep safe. Padayon future teachers.